Will tariffs be a laser-focused, transitory negotiating tool and tactic to reduce trade barriers and achieve other precise objectives like border control? Or will tariffs be a blunderbuss weapon of protectionism that does real economic harm? Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. President-elect Donald Trump has made it abundantly clear that he won't hesitate to enact tariffs to help achieve policy goals such as reversing Joe Biden's open border initiative. But there are voices in the upcoming administration that want big, permanent across-the-board tariffs. One incoming official, for instance, has in the past recommended rates as high as 50%, which would throw our economy and that of the world into a tailspin. Our average tariff today is around 2%. Remember, tariff is another word for tax, a sales tax to be precise. Economic theologians can debate who pays what portion of this tax, but it is a wedge between buying and selling products and services. That's what happened with recent tariffs. They raised costs, which is just what you would expect with a sales tax. Tariffs also trigger retaliations, which took place in 2018 when U.S. tariffs provoked counter-taxes from China, the EU, Mexico, and Canada. In addition, import taxes, if not removed, disrupt supply chains and hinder new investment. Fortunately, all of what has unfolded so far has been the equivalent of border skirmishes, not the devastating global trade war the U.S. set off with the sweeping Smoot-Hawley tariff of 1930. Moreover, the damage of the 2018 tariffs were more than offset by the huge tax cut bill of 2017. This year, the odds are tough of getting a similarly big tax cut. Most of the reductions of 2017 expire at the end of 2025. Preserving them will take considerable effort, not leaving a lot of time and room for sizable new tax cuts. The whole topic of trade and tariffs is fraught with misconceptions. The focus on trade surpluses and deficits wholly ignore the flow of capital. America had a merchandise trade deficit for most of its existence, as foreign investment capital poured into our economy, which helped fuel our extraordinary growth. What truly has damaged American manufacturing has been the wave after wave of regulations. Today, regulations cost a manufacturer over $25,000 per employee versus around $5,000 per employee in taxes. Much of Trump's first-term deregulation was undone by Joe Biden. The second Trump administration will be pursuing the most effective tools to assist manufacturers and everyone else: lower tax rates, immediate expensing of capital investments, and drastic reductions in regulations. Now, deliberately devaluing the dollar would be a disaster. Lowering the worth of a currency is the very definition of monetary inflation. We tried that in the 1970s with horrific results. We did it again in the early part of this century, which led to the crisis of 2008-2009. Great nations don't cheapen their money. The president-elect himself knows the ingredients of growth are indeed far lower tax rates, rigorous deregulation, spending reforms, pushing the Federal Reserve to focus on a stable dollar, and reducing trade barriers, tariff and non-tariff. I'm Steve Forbes. This is What's Ahead. Thank you for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions.